And then I'll go into what to bring.
Nothing. Or your
A
resume.
positive attitude.
Exactly.
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. We're the Zachary team. I'm Christina and this is Gabriel. And today we're really here to talk to other real estate agents who are kind of looking at brokerages and wanting to interview brokerages but are unsure how to go about it, or they're confused. So we're here to kind of clear all that up for you.
Okay, so you decided to be a real estate agent, you went to school, and now you're hearing all of this jargon and brokerages and stuff. People are coming at you, giving presentations and all of that jazz. The truth of the matter is you can't start practicing real estate unless you have your license with a brokerage. I'm sure you know that by now. And if you don't, then well, you're welcome. But anyway, you need to choose one to work with and think of it as a partner. Don't think about it as you're working for that person. Technically, you are working for that person, but they're more of your partners. You succeed together. If you succeed, they succeed. If they succeed, it's only through you. So talk to the agents that work there. So try and go online. Go in your neighborhood or in the neighborhood that you're planning on working in. See which for sale signs that you notice most. You know, are they by this brokerage or that brokerage? And then note the names of the people that are selling there. Give them a call. Be like, hey, I'm a new real estate agent. Can I take you out for dinner and ask you a few questions? Most of them are going to say yes. You know, like you might get no here and there, but most of them are going to be like, yeah, sure. Or at least they're going to talk to you on the phone and they're going to tell you a little bit about the brokerages and what to expect and stuff like that. This process is extremely, extremely important, guys. You really need to put the time in order to figure out more, as much as possible about that, each brokerage, because that's ultimately what's going to feed into your final decision.
What you kind of want to look for when you're looking into a brokerage is something that will fit your lifestyle, it will fit your personality best, it will fit your work style personality best, what's going to fit your family, what's going to also be beneficial for your financial needs. And I think just pick the brokerages, and something to look for is things that will limit your stress as much as possible, because getting started as a new agent is going to be a stressful experience. So whatever can help you de-stress, go with that.
Yeah, so ask questions and go from there. Another thing a lot of people ask is like, okay, so it's an interview, how should I dress? Should I be like tie and suit and everything? And the real answer is, whether you're a woman or a man, just dress to impress. You know, like it's not about what you wear, you know, just in the end of the day, this interview, you're selling yourself. And not just you're selling yourself, you're selling your ability to sell. So whatever you feel comfortable in, that's number one. And you feel like you look good, because when you look good, you feel confident. And when you're confident, you sell better. So do whatever works for you. In the end of the day, you're there to sell your ability to sell. And that's what matters.
You know what else they should wear, honey? A smile. Which goes into what else to bring. And so I think along with the smile, another good thing to bring is a positive attitude. Ding! I think what to bring is a list of questions. We will go over these questions in just a moment, because again, you can become overwhelmed. You can have too many questions in your head. So if you at least have something written down that can kind of bring your key points, anything to keep you organized, is something you should bring. You should also bring a pen and paper, or not a pen and paper, a notebook. Yeah, exactly, a notebook. Some people take their resumes. And something that just kind of, if you also have a business card, or maybe something that collects the business cards, but ultimately the best thing to bring is your questions and your positive attitude.
And an open mind. All right, so another thing would be like, when should I start looking for a brokerage? And the answer to that is at least after, like, once you finished three of your courses, that would be a good time to start interviewing brokerages. The sooner you do it, the better. But the thing is, if you do it too soon, you might not know what good questions to ask. Hopefully we're going to help you with that, because we're going to share our questions with you. But so you can do it as soon as you want, you know. But if you wait a little bit, at least until your agency You know, agency is a very, very important course and explains a lot of things about how the brokerage works and the mechanics of a brokerage. And that will enable you to ask better questions.
A law of agency.
Also, a law of agency, yes. And also, if depending on which school you go with, some schools, like the school we went with, Champions Real Estate School, and there's a video about that we can link. They actually, in the front desk, they provide you with a list of questions to ask your brokerage. So go as soon as you can, as soon as you feel comfortable enough that you know what you're talking about, or at least know what to ask, because otherwise you're going to be overwhelmed and they're going to make it sound so great, and you're not ready yet to know what's important for you and what's not important. Some people, for them, it's really important to have a good split. Other people, they don't care about the split. They care about the fees or the training. Exactly. So try and figure out what's more important to you. You know, what works for you.
So part of the questions that we have questions and discussion points that Gabriel and I created together. So a few of those questions, we're not going to go over the whole list.
We'll put a link down to the Word file that has all of those questions. If you want to download it, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, go ahead. The more questions, the merrier.
Those questions were a mixture between questions that we had asked the agents, because when we went to to brokerages, we wanted to talk to the agents as well. So it was a mixture between questions to ask the agents and questions to ask the recruiter. Most recruiters are agents as well, so you can
ask these, but let me get to the brokerage related questions. That's what I should have done first. What made you choose or led you to working for this broker? Pros and cons to the brokerage. What's the onboarding experience like? Because everyone has a different onboarding experience. Maybe what the training includes, what the training involves, fees, splits.
You can add your own questions as well. Like, for example, we're working as a couple and we want to do everything together. So that was a very important thing for us. Like, what kind of structure can support or accommodate a couple working together? So again, knowing what you want makes a lot of difference.
Exactly. So those are just a few questions that you can ask, and it kind of just make them personal to you, honestly. Like, for instance, when we were asking as a couple, we did, like you just said, what's the best structure for a couple? And what we didn't want to, we wanted to set up a business, and we wanted to not just become real estate agents. We wanted to just kind of grow further into that. So another question was, what's the best way to set up our business if we want to work together but make the most money? Because each brokerage was different and they had their own different rules and kind of regulations. So we had to figure out what was best for us. And you know, and that's another thing to look for, is how they answer the questions. If they're kind of unsure, or they're like, that's kind of made us uneasy, because it made us unsure, like, well, if you don't really know do you know who we have to go to, or do they know who we have to go to? Can they answer that? So I think that's another thing to see, is how confident they are, how happy they are, and how they answer your questions. And if they answered it with a smile and positive attitude.
Another question that we asked brokerages, it's not here, but we asked, is what are the liability insurance? Errors and omissions. Yes. So what does it cover? How much does it cover? Some brokerages cover it 100%. You don't have to worry about that.
I guess another question they could ask is, wasn't there a question where we had what is their the turnaround rate, but what is also the percentage of realtors or under their agency that gets sued?
Yeah,
that's another good question.
And that's a good question to ask, because then you're seeing how hands-on,
how well their training is.
How well their training is, how well they're hands-on, and they don't let their agents just roam free and do whatever the hell they want. In conclusion, how to choose a brokerage. The truth of the matter is, like we keep on saying, there's no one size fits all. You have to really think about what it is that you're trying to do. In the end of the day, when we did the math and we looked at all the brokerages, financially, if you're going to be just an average realtor, and by the way, an average realtor's income, annual income is like $34,000 on average. So if that's what you're looking for and that's what you're going for, it's not going to make a lot of difference. Some of them are going to have really good split and incredible fees. Some of them are going to have training. Some of them won't. Some of them will make you pay for training. Each one is completely different. But if you look at it in the end, it's all going to be the same if you're just not going to go out there and sell property. If you plan to be successful, if you plan to build a business and go out there and sell property, it's going to make a lot of difference. So that's pretty much how you need to be thinking. Like, how are you going to run that business, and who's going to help you achieve the goals of that business. And that's an
And
answer
who's
only you
going
can
to
answer.
benefit you in today's market? Because the market will fluctuate and it'll go all over the place. So ultimately, go with your gut, baby.
One last thing, don't worry so much about it because you can always choose, change
Yeah, you're
later on.
not stuck. It's not like glue.
Yeah, if they don't work out, just go with another brokerage and you'll keep on learning.
Exactly.
So, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave us comments. If you have any other questions that we didn't cover, please let us know and we'll answer those. And let us know if you want any more videos like that or we should just stop.
We're not going to stop. We're going to do what we want to do.
Bye, guys. Thanks.